So I messed up, and I jumped in this portal, and now I'm stuck in this strange dimension. This is Minecraft stranded in the Twilight Forest. It is day 51, and it's time to explore the final castle of the Twilight Forest. I tried breaking this block, and it gave me these castle rune blocks, but I couldn't really break through the side, so I had to go find the entrance. After searching for a bit, I did see a staircase in the distance. I also saw this massive building in the middle, but I couldn't really get into there. I decided to settle with the staircase that was given to me. When I got to the door, I clicked on these blocks and they started disappearing, and I got 2 achievements when I went inside. I started to ascend the staircase. So far I found nothing, but I was really hoping I could find good loot, chests, or maybe some mobs. I got to the top and I found an enderman, but so far nothing. I took a look outside and it still looked like there was a ton of castle that needed to be explored, so I was hopeful. After going across one of the bridges, I noticed on the main building that there was a giant fence cage on top. That must have been where the final boss was. I got to the top of one of the towers, but so far nothing. Except when I went into a different hallway, I found this weird blue creature. And of course more trolls. And you know how I feel about trolls. After happily taking down those annoying trolls, I went outside and I looked at the main building and I could really see how big it was, but I didn't find a way over there. I started to become hopeful when I found different looking rooms, but so far none of the bridges led over to the main building. All of these doors just led to the outskirts of the castle. So far all I found were just more trolls and this extremely fast moving troll, and it turns out a regular troll can get more annoying, and that's this one. I found a tower that was kind of destroyed by all of these thorns, so I started breaking them away and seeing what I could find. So far, I was kind of disappointed that I didn't find any chests. I went into this room and I found a different looking mob, but he didn't really seem like he was attacking me, so I'm kind of sorry for doing this. I felt a little bad for a second, and then these blue dudes started poisoning me, so I got into another fight. I decided to leave this tower, and I needed to figure out where I could build up to next. It was now day 54 and I had been exploring the castle for days, but I finally found a different building. This building looked much bigger and it looked like it had glass on the outside, or something like that. I opened the door to the building and I was met face to face with 2 of these blue poison dudes, except they didn't really do much damage and I didn't have a problem taking them out. I found a sign and I was about to read it and then I fell. So of course I had to go back up the stairs again and then I could read the sign. When I got back up, I took a look at the sign and it said Parkour Area 2 and Mini Boss. It turns out it wasn't actually developed yet. So I decided to build over to the main room. This room had crazy designs on it and a golden door. When I opened it up, well, I saw more giant me's coming straight for me. This was a good sign though, because now there was hope that there was actual loot in this castle. There was also some pink square in the middle and I didn't know what that was. I switched to my fiery sword because the giant sword had such a long reload speed that it was making it hard to take out these giants. But of course I'm the only Evba around and they didn't stand a chance. I went over to this pink square and I tried mining it, but then I realized there were 2 doors literally right beside me. So yeah, I think the doors were the way to go. Except this time when I opened it, the staircase actually went down. So I followed the staircase and I was met with these crazy rooms and more of these blue dudes who tried poisoning me. Obviously they were no match for my skill, so I took them out with ease. When I opened the door, I saw a ton of these blue dudes everywhere in the halls, and a ton of these colored rooms that had all these crazy runes on them. I walked all through the halls, but I couldn't really find anything of significance. I took down as many of these blue guys as I could, but no matter how many I took down, they didn't drop any loot. Just as I thought the castle was getting better, I started losing hope that I was gonna find more loot or some sort of chest. I tried mining into one of these colored rooms to see if it did anything or spawned anything when I went inside, but I was disappointed yet again and nothing really happened. And the worst part was, I was getting lost. So it was now day 60 and I finally found my way back. Except I thought I found my way back because I thought it was the pink room that I came from. But this one went down even deeper. So I was in for another maze yet again. I was getting a little scared because when I got down here, this looked like the exact same thing as the floor above. Except this time when I explored a little, I found thorns growing all the way down here. So maybe I was onto something. Maybe this was the maze that led me to the final boss, and I was gonna defeat it this episode. If that was the case, well, there better be some good loot. After a long time of searching, I was trying to get back to the surface, and I got lost yet again. These rooms all looked identical and I really couldn't find my way around. All was good though because I turned the corner and I saw the pink room yet again. So this was probably the one I came from. Keyword there is probably. When I got there, I noticed there wasn't a staircase up, but another staircase down. But this time at the end of the staircase, I could see a giant room at the end. This was a ginormous box carved into the depth rock, and at the very bottom, there was a sign. I would definitely have died if I jumped off. I decided to not risk the MLG water bucket and just pull a safe strat and just do it manually. I really didn't want to come this far and die in the Twilight Forest while I'm way underground. I finally jumped down and I took a look at the sign, and another disappointment. It was another undeveloped mini-boss. So far, I had found 2 areas of the final castle that were undeveloped. I looked around to see if I could find anything, but I just found regular caves and nothing else. The worst part is, I got myself all the way down here and I did not know the way out. Those mazes took me days to navigate. And now I would have to climb back up there and find my way out. But there were still rooms to be explored and I needed to check out the fenced cage on the top of the tower.